Okay, let's talk about the lies, the threats, and the ask. Let's talk about Donald Trump's most recent election crimes, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So Donald Trump has been caught on tape trying to steal the Georgia election. Here are just few of the excerpts from the conversation between Donald Trump and the Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger. And I'm going to start with the lies, then we're going to go to the threats, and then we're going to finish with the ask. First, the lies. This from Donald Trump. I won this election by hundreds of thousands of votes. There is no way I lost Georgia. There's no way. We won by hundreds of thousands of votes. Now come the threats. The ballots are corrupt, and you're going to find that they are, and which is totally illegal. It's more illegal for you, he says to the Georgia Secretary of State. It's more illegal for you than it is for them because you know what they did and you're not reporting it. That's it. You know that's a criminal offense and you can't let that happen. The threats continue. That's to you and to Ryan, your lawyer, that's a big risk. But they are shredding ballots, in my opinion, based on what I've heard, and they are removing machinery. They're moving it as fast as they can, both of which are criminal fines, and you can't let it happen. And you are letting it happen. I'm notifying you that you're letting it happen. Then the ask. So look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have. I think Donald Trump meant to say, which is one more than we need, because he lost Georgia by how many? 11,779 votes. So he tells Georgia Secretary of State Raffensperger, I just want you to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we need, because we won the state. And flipping the state would be a great testament to our country. There's nothing wrong with you saying that you know that you've recalculated. And then, fortunately, we get the refusal from the Georgia Secretary of State. Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is that the data you have is wrong. So let's tackle a couple of questions based on that phone conversation. First, is what Donald Trump did criminal? Yes, based on available evidence, it appears to violate both federal law and Georgia state law. So, first of all, here is the federal law that applies. And bear with me, because it's a whole lot of legalese, but I'm going to break it down. A person, including an election official, who, in any election for federal office, knowingly and willfully deprives, defrauds, or attempts to deprive or defraud the residents of a state of a fair and impartially conducted election process by the procurement, casting, or tabulation of ballots that are known by the person to be materially false, fictitious, or fraudulent under the laws of the state in which the election is held, shall be fined or imprisoned for not more than 5 years, or both. Okay. Lawyers always make things more complicated than they need to be. Let me break that down into real person speak. Any person who knowingly interferes with a fair, accurate tabulation, counting of the votes in Georgia, committed a crime. And then I'm not going to go through the Georgia statute, but it is a crime under the laws of Georgia to criminally solicit someone else to commit election fraud, to ask Secretary of State Raffensperger to find 11,780 votes for Donald Trump so he can falsely be declared the winner. So it appears, based on the available evidence, this is why we need grand jury investigations beginning, I'm hoping, the afternoon of January 20th. We need to see what all the evidence is, but based on available evidence, it seems like Donald Trump, on a recorded call, violated both federal and Georgia state law. Another question. Is it a defense to say, well, I didn't knowingly and intentionally break the law because, I thought I won. Rumor was there was voter fraud, so I assumed I won by hundreds of thousands of votes, so I have a defense. Folks, that is not a plausible defense. Any more than it would be a plausible defense if I took someone else's wallet and my defense was, I heard rumors it was my wallet. You want to try that in court, Mr. President? Let's get in front of 12 jurors and see if that defense flies. You'll get a unanimous verdict of guilty like that. So no, it is not a plausible or viable defense to say because I heard rumors of voter fraud and I thought I won, therefore I can tell the Georgia Secretary of State to just flip 11,000 plus votes for me so I can be declared the winner. There is no defense to what we heard Donald Trump do on that tape. Final question. Is it somehow less criminal or not criminal at all because he did it out in the open on a phone call where others were listening? Folks, most crimes are committed in front of others, in whole or in part. Others see the crime. Others hear the crime. We have a word for these others. They're called witnesses. And the fact that Donald Trump is willing to commit these crimes in the presence of others doesn't magically convert his conduct into something that's not criminal. It just makes it a whole lot easier to prove in court. And prove it in court we must. And we will if we care about our democracy. And we'll prove it in court if we care about deterring tomorrow's criminal politicians. And we'll prove it in court if we care about keeping our republic. In short, we will prove it in court if we care about justice. And we do. And justice matters. And as always, folks, thank you for tuning into these daily videos. If you'd like to more formally support our all-volunteer efforts here, you can go over to patreon.com. You can sign up to become a patron. And if you do, I'll send you some Team Justice stickers with a personal handwritten note of thanks. You can also find us over on Facebook, Justice Matters with Glenn Kirshner. And of course, you can always find me on Twitter all day and night trying to answer your legal questions. And at Twitter, it's at Glenn Kirshner 2. So folks, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with y'all again tomorrow.